Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to another video. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis on friends who cheer you on but fear your success or potential success, right? I'm sure at one point in time in our lives, or maybe even currently, or still to this day, that we've had that one family member or friend or somebody we might work with who genuinely wants us to do well, but somehow gets uncomfortable when you start to outdo them. It's like a weird feeling, right? You're like, wait, didn't you want me to succeed? And they're like, yeah, I did, but not better than me. And it's like, wow, okay, you know. And there's this thing at play where, people want to see you thrive, but only up to a certain point or up to a certain extent. They want to be the ones who are the best. They want to be the ones who are the smartest. They want to be the ones who are the most successful. And when you start to surpass them, they get this sinking feeling that, they're being left behind. It's almost as if they're thinking, wait, if you're doing better than me, what does that say about me? Well, if they're going to ask that, well, my thing is, well, just work harder. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're staying in their lane. They're doing what they got to do. They have to sacrifice some things to get to where they want to get. Maybe you should try that, without feeling any type of way. So maybe that's what it says about you, you know. But anyway, something like this can create like a really toxic environment where you start to maybe like doubt your own abilities or feel like you might need to dim your light so that they don't feel threatened. You might even find yourself downplaying your own accomplishments or maybe not sharing your successes with certain people anymore just so you don't make them feel bad. But here's the thing about that, right? When you do something like that, you're not only holding yourself back, but you're also reinforcing this dynamic that's really unhealthy, you know. And it's hard to trust others when you're trying to reach your goals or accomplishments because you're always wondering if they're really on your side or if they're just, waiting for you to fail. And it's not just limited to friendships, but it could happen in, workplaces, it could happen in social circles, it could happen in even relationships too. It's like you're constantly walking on eggshells, trying not to offend anybody or make them feel inferior, you know. And maybe, for example, right, you had a friend or have a friend who's always giving you backhanded compliments, like, oh, you're doing so well for someone who's not even trying that hard. Or, maybe you have somebody you work with who's always trying to one up you in meetings and performance, whatever, like they're trying to prove that they're the, smartest person in the room. Those are like signs that there's some underlying insecurity that's going on. And it's usually because they're comparing themselves to you. And then you might ask, well, why do they behave like this? You know, I just think people judge their own self worth based on how they stack up against other people. If someone is doing better than them, it's going to make them feel bad about themselves. But here's the thing about that, that's not your problem to solve. You can't fix somebody's insecurities. You know, all you can do is focus on your own growth and your own success. And, people that are surrounded by those supportive peers are more likely to take risks, and push themselves outside of their comfort zones. But on the flip side, people who are surrounded by those who are, unsupportive or competitive all the time are more likely going to hold themselves back, probably play it safe. That's a huge difference, you know. Excuse me. So, for something like that, the first thing probably to do is just, recognize or try to recognize those type of dynamics for what they are. When you start to notice someone is getting uncomfortable or they're threatened by your success, maybe it's time to take a step back and just like reevaluate, yourself, the relationship, whatever. Ask yourself, is this person really rooting for me or are they just pretending to be supportive? You know, and in the end, it's all about surrounding yourself with those who genuinely want you to succeed, and who will celebrate your wins with you. Because let's face it, we're doing well. That's something that should always be proud of. And you shouldn't have to hide that from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just want to give a brief synopsis on this here. You know, basically explaining like, excuse me, like how some people want you to succeed but not better than them, and how that create a toxic environment, which it could. You know, And again, like when it comes to something like this, you know, like again, some of you are connected to those that, want to see you do good, but not better than them. The reality of this whole thing is, just that some of you see people as friends, but they see you as competition. And the danger of this is, hidden competition that can undermine that genuine support. And some people may outwardly cheer for your progress, but inwardly struggle with, insecurity, like I said before, or envy even, when your success exceeds theirs. So in this season, just continue to be discerning about, who truly celebrates your growth, and who may be holding you back, even if it's unintentionally. you know I just think it's really of importance to just surround yourself with those who, again, sincerely um, desire your success, no matter how high you rise. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, again, I just want to give a brief synopsis on this here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching and listening. Please hit the like on the way out if you haven't hit it on the way in. And yeah, so, oh, also too, I appreciate, the prayers and concerns and everything about the hurricane that came through Milton. Luckily, it didn't do too much damage over here, as I've already done a video before, or previously. Because prior to the video, I haven't done really anything, on here, just been busy. So, but I just wanted to give an update on that. So, um, but again, appreciate the prayers. And I heard there's another storm that's out there coming. I think is I forgot the name of it, but they said it's supposed to like uh, something's supposed to happen like at some point this week or next week. But hopefully it's not anything, too serious, or that it just stays out in the waters. So, but prayers anybody on its path. If it does make landfall anywhere, prayers that it won't do anything, too crazy, or it'll just miss altogether. So, but yeah, y'all continue to stay safe. Y'all continue to stay hydrated and monitor your health, and continue to be blessed and encouraged. All right, y'all take care and have a good one.